We've exposed on several occasions Ethereum's ties to the World Economic Forum. But what about Ethereum's ties to the CCP? Welcome back, everyone. So for the people who remember me from Simply Bitcoin, you know that I did quite a bit of exposing of the shitcoins and Ethereum and its ties to the World Economic Forum. And of course, I'm not the only one. Plenty of Bitcoiners have exposed this absolute garbage. And for some reason, nobody seems to care that it has these absolutely horrible ties. Now, before we dive into the main part of our story, I just want to explain some background, right? So for the people that don't know, this is the website for the Ethereum Foundation, and on the Ethereum Foundation, you have three people on the executive board. You have Aya Miyaguchi, you have Vitalik Buterin, and you have Patrick Storchenegger. Okay, Patrick is a KYC AML expert, and everybody knows who Vitalik is. And Aya Miyaguchi, interestingly enough, Aya is from the World Economic Forum. Now, interestingly enough, in the past, it used to say that she was the head of the Global Blockchain Committee, but that's been taken away. She leads the foundation's work to support the Ethereum ecosystem through core research and development activities, financial support and guidance, and cross-sector educational efforts. Aya's goal is to help Ethereum maintain its soul as an infinite garden. Oh, bless her heart, an infinite garden of bullshit. Anyways, a decentralized creative space that is open source, inclusive, and permissionless. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. What is that? How much is it? Like over 40% of the nodes are hosted on Amazon Web Services. 70% of Ethereum was pre-mined. And then we all remember Joe Lubin's famous speech when luring in investors for the ICO. So none of what she's saying is actually true or correct, but it doesn't make a difference because with Ethereum, all you have to do is just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. And for some reason, noobs fall for this crap. But anyways, this is not, this clip isn't about this story. I just wanted to give the background about the World Economic Forum so people understand these ties. And of course, there's also consensus, right? So consensus helped create a framework, white paper framework of CBDCs as well. So to suggest that Ethereum is not a puppet of the giant central banking machine is just utter nonsense and completely just not grounded in reality. Anyways, this is about the CCP. Shout out to Just Jay tagging us in this. This shit is deeper than we even thought. Now, what is he talking about? He's talking about this thread from Truth Labs. Now, we're not going to go through the whole thread because it's not about the thread. I wanted to focus on one specific part. All right, we're going to focus on this tweet and dive in a little deeper. Wanzan and MIT form strategic partnership in 2018 article at government.chinadaily.com. Okay. I never heard of this before. Never heard of Wanzan before. So I went and did some digging. In order to understand this, there's different pieces to this because there's different companies that are involved. Okay, so now we are going to enter a book co-written by Dr. Zao Fang, chairman of the Hashkey Group. So this is an excerpt from The Infinite Machine from the Hashkey Group. Now you're probably wondering why this is significant, but you see the Hashkey Group is a key partner of Wanzan Enterprises. And you're probably wondering what this Wanzan company is. It's very interesting. It has to do with automotive parts, but that's not how it started. And all of this has to do with Ethereum, and all of this has to do with the CCP. Anyways, okay, so let's dive into this, right? The following excerpt from The Infinite Machine, a book co-written by Dr. Zao Fang, chairman of the Hashkey Group. So here he's talking about the merge. The merge was not only an important occasion in the history of Ethereum, but also a consequential moment in the history of blockchain technology. A couple of months after the merge, Ethereum will go through another upgrade called the Shanghai upgrade, a name coined by the Ethereum community to enable staking withdrawals and lower fees. This is an anecdote of how Vitalik and I met during the primitive days of Ethereum, and how the city of Shanghai came into the fold of the Ethereum story. So I was wrong. I thought it had to do with the term being shanghaied, right? Where you essentially get taken aboard a ship and forced to work. You just become forced labor. But apparently, it looks like the Shanghai upgrade, the naming, had something to do with Vitalik's close ties to China. In December 2014, at the Sanya Finance International Forum held by Beijing Magazine, I organized a sub-forum on digital currency, and the speakers included former experts in the field of financial supervision, bankers, and digital currency practitioners. My presentation focused on Ethereum, whose white paper had been published a year ago, while other keynote speakers focused on introducing Bitcoin. That should be the first time in China the topic of digital currencies, including Bitcoin and Ether, was brought up and discussed at a high-level forum organized by such a well-established financial media organization. This, of course, attracted huge attention from local blockchain and digital currency practitioners. That's digital currency. Is that what we're calling shitcoiners now? Digital currency practitioners. Oh God, that is so cringe. Okay, but we can see here, right? The Hashkey group obviously had access to Ethereum in the very early days of ETH's launch. Hashkey and strategic partner Wanzan Blockchain provides unparalleled access to blockchain research, developers, and technology. Hashkey also has an extensive network of partnerships with leading fintech ventures, academic institutions, and industry associations. So we can see here again this Wanzan Blockchain, right? This Wanzan Blockchain company, which, interestingly enough, as you guys are going to see, has nothing to do with blockchain. Now, to understand why I keep referencing this Wanzan company, we are going to go back in time here. We're going to go back to an article from 2017 in Bitcoin Magazine, China's interest and investment in Ethereum's blockchain expands. When we first heard Vitalik Buterin was learning Chinese, it was a clue to his ambitions in China. Less than 2 years later, the platform he co-founded is now a growing force in the Middle Kingdom. Since he joined the China Ledger Alliance in May 2016 and announced the expansion of Block Apps, an Ethereum building blocks platform in China, there has been a movement in cities and among companies in big industries all throughout China. This is in some part due to the efforts of Wanzan Blockchain Labs, which has made it their mission in China to bring Ethereum to the mainstream, and also in part to the savvy and persistent efforts of Buterin himself. Wanzan Blockchain Labs are making good inroads in China. Headquartered in Hangzhou, Wanzan has led the Ethereum charge in China for more than a year, having partnered with Ethereum early on for the Global Blockchain Summit following DevCon 2 in Shanghai in July of 2016. Wanzan is now China's top funder of promising blockchain projects. With its Block Grant X sponsorship program, it has allocated funds to Ethereum startups, including IX.EC for fully distributed cloud computing, proof of identity for KYC wallets, multi-sig, voting, authentication, and reputation systems, Golem P2P computation, Casper, a proof of stake consensus protocol, the Raiden network, an Ethereum off-chain state network, and micro oracles. Blockchain identity verification. So this is all just KYC nonsense. This is nothing but prison tech, folks. That's all this is, a bunch of prison tech. Okay, now let's finally dive into who the hell this Wanzan blockchain company is, right? So we're going to back up now to 2015. Chinese auto giant Wanzan plans $50 million blockchain fund. This is, keep in mind, guys, this is in 2015, okay? Chinese conglomerate Wanzan Group has announced it intends to invest $50 million in blockchain technology to improve its product line. Spoiler alert, blockchain technologies do not improve product lines whatsoever. It is a slow database. That's all it is. Everything that blockchain can do, SQL, Postgres, and like a handful of other databases can all do it way faster, way cheaper, way better. Anyways, and a company doesn't need quote unquote decentralization. It's a company. It's the complete opposite. Anyways, it's just unbelievable. The bullshit that they feed themselves just to rope everyone in, right? Just to rope everybody into the scam. In a blog post by Ethereum creator Vitalik Buterin, Xiao Deng, managing director at Wanzan-owned subsidiary Data Yes, confirmed that the company had completed a purchase of 416,000 ETH, the native token on the Ethereum blockchain, in a total investment of $500,000. So look, before we continue, to the asshats that think that ETH is not a security, this company invested in Ethereum. So there's also the Joe Lubin video, which he clearly indicates that people can maximize their return, okay, through a series of purchases in Ethereum, okay, maximizing return. It's an investment. And now this company invested in Ethereum also. So anyways, but besides that, again, this is a big player in China that invested in ETH back as early as 2015, 2016. So we're starting to see the ties. Now, let's bring this all together. Here we go. The founder of Wanzan Group, which owns Wanzan Blockchain Labs, Lu Guangqi. Wanzan Group founder and chairman Lu Guangqi was known as China's most successful farmer turned entrepreneur. Lu maintained strong ties with local political leaders. In 1984, he was admitted as a member of the Chinese Communist Party, a rare achievement for a private entrepreneur at the time. He served as a local representative at a couple of the twice-a-decade party congresses and at several meetings of the annual National People's Congress. Both are largely ceremonial in function, but taking part in them brings prestige and political clout. Lu was considered, this is the key right here, people. Lu was considered to be close to Chinese President Xi Jinping when the latter served as the party chief of Zhejiang. He accompanied Xi on 2 trips to the US, both before and after he became China's top leader. In the US, Xi introduced Lu as a symbol of reform and open door policies. So we can clearly see that there was major investment from Wanzan Group, which has ties to the CCP, their founder. So, I mean, look, guys, I actually didn't think, I didn't think that ETH could get shittier. I really didn't, but it never ceases to amaze me. So 2 years ago, I was very surprised to learn its ties to the World Economic Forum. And, you know, whether or not I was early or late to that knowledge is completely irrelevant. I found out when I found out, and I was like, holy crap, this thing is even worse of a shitcoin than I thought. I thought it was just, I just thought that it was a plain affinity scam. I didn't realize that it was a full-on government attack. But now with the ties to the CCP, I mean, this is just absolute nonsense. So, look, you know, tinfoil hat, there's definitely a war, right? There's definitely a war between proof of work and proof of stake. You can see, obviously, China backs proof of stake for obvious reasons. Easy to control, easy to manipulate, easy to make sure that they end up in control of that blockchain. Now, I'm not saying that China is necessarily going to become, quote unquote, in control of the Ethereum blockchain, but what I am suggesting is that a very small group of people will, if not already, control Ethereum. Anyways, guys, that was interesting. I hope you guys learned something. I learned something. I will catch you all tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe.